years of existence.
Established on 4th January 1987, Entebbe Namate Archdeaconry has now marked 35 years of existence. The event was graced by the Vice President, Major Jessica Alupo, who represented President Yoweri Museveni. In a speech read for him by the Vice President, Yoweri Museveni urged church leaders to preach the gospel of hard work and prosperity through wealth creation.
I call upon political, cultural and religious leaders to mobilize the communities to be wealth creators and to guide our people to identify productive ventures in the above sectors. Finally, I once again want to congratulate Entebbe Archdeaconry upon reaching the milestone of 35 years of existence.
Jessica Alupo assured area leaders that issues raised would be addressed in time.
To re-echo the message of wealth creation at the household level by prioritizing expenditure on electricity, roads, schools, hospitals, peace and security. The visionary leadership of the NRM government has established a solid foundation for Uganda's development and socio-economic transformation.
The guest preacher, the Right Reverend Felix Odei Anansi from Ghana, encouraged believers to reflect on the past and thank God for whatever they are.
Consider your achievements over the past years. It is so easy to forget the progress that has been made.
Entebbe Archdeacon Reverend Canon John Gitakavuma said the church is committed to work with government to address some challenges in the country.
We thank you for your visionary leadership of championing the Emyoga presidential initiative on wealth creation. Some of our people have started benefiting. We are also excited about the parish model. We are optimistic that these programs will go a long way in improving household income of the majority of the poor who are from our congregation. And your experience, especially, have been to Sese. The situation is not the best.
The Bishop of Namirembe Emeritus, Right Reverend Samuel Balaga Desekade, represented Right Reverend Wilberforce Chitoluwalira, the Bishop of Namirembe Diocese. Entebbe Archdeaconry covers parts of Wakiso, Kampala and Kalangala, and also hosts State House Entebbe.
Thank you so much, and you may go back to the altar.
Furthermore, Prime Minister Robinah Nabbanja wants Uganda People's Defence Forces to help address challenges in the education sector. Nabbanja was addressing secondary school head teachers and coordinators from the Central Region, attending a 10-day patriotism training at the National Leadership Training Institute, Chankwanzi.
Prime Minister Robinah Nabbanja says the introduction of the Army in school operations will facilitate the enhancement of school inspection, attendance to duty, and help in the fight of illegal fees levied in some schools. According to Nabbanja, since the government deployed UPDF in agriculture and the Army Brigade in construction works, positive results are being realized.
Tugenda kubawerezaako ku basajja bano aba uniform ogenda okutuuka nga ayimiridde dda mu kiraasi anti headmaster akyagenze ku ofisi ya DO ali wakaawo nga ali mu kiraasi atonyeza toliiwo kubanga tunaakola ki omanyi muzeeyi yagenda n'aleeta emirembe abasajja abo baasoma gye bali eyo tebalina kye bakola ngenda kubasaba bajje batunuuliremu ekyo kyawedde.
Nabbanja is also opposed to a practice of transferring teachers as a punishment for any unprofessional behavior, saying it breeds incompetence.
Ate twakooye tetwagala kukyusa basomesa abo abadifairinga abaana okukyusa ojje wano ate otuteeka emize emirala no ewaffe ekakumi otwakkiriziganyiza headmaster bw'obanga tosobodde kukola mu ssomero limu tetukutwala walala. Komaawo, we are tired of failures. Because transferring a head teacher from one school to another is breeding incompetence. This is Uganda sub-region. Njagala mujjukire Buganda bwe yali. Mutunuulire ne bwe muli kati. Mutunuulire. Mutunuulire mudde wammwe ku kyalo.
The director Nali, Brigadier General Charles Chisembo, says the workshop is focusing on mindset change, patriotism, financial literacy, among others. The head teachers welcomed the initiative of training them in leadership and asked government to organize such trainings regularly.
We need this. We don't have to take things for granted that we all know. We are posted there and we are thrown there. If you don't go an extra mile, you think you're genuinely doing a good job in actual sense when you are back there in the very late centuries.
Because it focuses on mindset change. There are a lot of things that we are learning that probably we were not thinking that it is our role to do and to play in the community.
The National Leadership Institute Chankwanzi is a government institute for training national leaders to promote patriotism, nationalism and mindset change for the development of the country.
The Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, has called for the empowerment of the boy child just the way it is for the girl child. Kazimba's message was at the book launch of his side of the story, written by Nyombi Solomon Ignatius in memory of the life of the maverick former Attorney General through the eyes of those who knew him, paying tribute to his father's deeds.
It was a moment to remember for the life of Peter Nyombi, a former Attorney General, as relatives, family members, friends and well-wishers kept on thronging the venue of the book launch for the written piece entitled His Side of the Story, whose author is Nyombi Solomon Ignatius, his son. The late Peter Nyombi was a lawyer, politician, former Attorney General and member of cabinet, who succumbed to hypertension in 2018 at the age of 64. Hymns of praising, comments about the late Nyombi were the order of the evening as the guests were treated to soft music. In attendance for the book launch were family members to the late, who included the widow, his biological children, siblings, other relatives and families. The event was also graced by the Bishop of Namirembe, Right Reverend Wilberforce Chitoluwarira, Reverend Canon Dr. John Senyonyi, his brother, the Deputy Head of Missions of Uganda in Beijing, Henry Mayiga, also his brother, and former Chief Justice Benjamin Odochi, among other luminaries.
I would see him with over 20 envelopes containing the money. He's giving it to women groups, youth groups, football teams. He was such a generous man, there's absolutely no doubt about it in terms of generosity.
He was one of the smartest people, and I mean both in dress and in head.
I was his teacher. He was an exemplary student, one of those diligent, hardworking, and committed.
He made me love Nakasongola, and he used to call it the land of milk and honey.
The author of his side of the story, Solomon Nyombi Ignatius, explained what motivated him to write.
The gist of this book, apart from talking about my father's life, the gist of it is basically to show people that there's two sides to the story. There's always two sides to the story. A lot of the time we hear things about people, things are said about people, and we believe them first time. We don't really engage with what is being said about the people, and then you realize, when you really get to know these people, you begin to realize that, oh, there's actually this other side to the story. And
the chief guest, who also celebrated his 39th anniversary of the Holy Marriage, the Archbishop Church of Uganda, His Grace Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, urged the parents to consider proper grooming of the boy child, as it is with a girl child, for a balanced upbringing.
Good name is more desirable than great riches. The women are positively empowered and they are doing a great work. But now, who will really take these women? And so we need to now go back and balance. Now I empower the men, the younger men as well, boy child. So we started a campaign, Boys to Men.
Speeches at the event were all in honor of the late Landi Peter Nyombi for his great legacy.
Each and every one of us here had a moment with him, and that also goes to show you the kind of person that he was.
Ivan Juko, Stephen Kalisia, UBC News.
The Minister of Public Service, Muruli Mukasa, has commended the Ahmadiyya community in Uganda for spearheading the spirit of voluntarism aimed at improving people's welfare. Muruli Mukasa made these remarks at the second day of the 33rd Annual Ahmadiyya Convention held in Chiboga, Chantamba village.
Hundreds of Chantamba village residents in Chiboga district have continued to flock the 33rd Annual Ahmadiyya Convention organized by the Ahmadiyya community in Uganda. The Minister of Public Service, Muruli Mukasa, who graced the event, lauded the Ahmadiyya community for the spirit of voluntarism to the community.
Wherever you see them, wherever you meet them, they do not exhibit the militancy, spirit of militancy, the spirit of intolerance. No, they are humble, meek people who are focused and really dedicated to their teaching and their belief. The other spirit is that of voluntarism, because wherever I have been, most of the work that is done by volunteers. You know, they are not paid.
Muruli Mukasa says the Ahmadiyya community in Uganda does not have a lot of resources but tries to sustain people's welfare.
And even the organizers, the events they organize, you know, they cost money, but money is contributed, you know, voluntarily among the believers, and the events are carried out. There is also the spirit of peace. You know, it's one thing to talk about peace and to, you know, shout about it or make slogans. It's another really to practically make sure that there is peace, first of all in the mind of an individual, but also even in the community, and then peace relating with others. Then the fact that, yes, whatever benefits, whatever gifts that God has given people or a community like this, they should be shared. Really, I think, in the true spirit of what God meant by putting us in this world. So these several aspects really have been exhibited here, and they are prominent among the Ahmadiyyas in this country.
Mukasa urged the Ahmadiyya community to continue preaching the message of peace and engage leaders of different forums with an aim of maintaining peace. Different activities and exhibitions were in place, including book exhibition of activities of humanity, Islamic book exhibition, blood donation, among others. Members were given awards for their secular, religious, academic excellence and performance in different activities.
The Minister of State for Agriculture, Fred Bwino Kyakulaga, has retaliated the importance of culture in restoring harmony in the East African community and Africa at large. Bwino was speaking as the guest of honor at the Senior Command College Chimaka in Jinja City during a cultural event.
Representatives from Rwanda, South Sudan, South Africa, India, Tanzania, Kenya and Uganda have participated in a one-day cultural event at Chimaka Senior Command and Staff College, Jinja. The Minister of State for Agriculture, Fred Bwino Kyakulaga, officiated the event and retaliated the importance of culture in the promotion of tourism, peace, unity and security within the East African community and beyond.
Is endowed with a rich and diverse cultural heritage bestowed on the 65 indigenous communities, each with unique characteristics. This rich cultural diversity in our beliefs, traditions, practices, and values has contributed to the promotion of harmonious coexistence among the different communities and encouraged intra- and intercultural exchange, propagation of social harmony, and development.
Bueno says the cultural event is timely and appreciated the participating civilians.
The event shows the comparative advantage in the regions, promotes the free movement of persons, goods, and services, as well as exchange of ideas.
The research on culture was conducted by military students and was held under the theme Appreciating Our Cultural Values for Promotion of Security and Unity in Diversity.
Now, updates on the health of the ICT and National Guidance Minister, Chris Baryomusi, have come in through a tweet which he authored himself, reading, "Friends, yesterday I had a blackout while in my constituency. I was moving from one church function to another. I was rushed to Kambuga Hospital and then airlifted to Mulago Hospital. I'm now stable and out of danger. The medical team is carrying out further tests. No need to worry." That is the minister himself in a tweet telling us not to worry. And we do pray for your quick recovery, Minister Baryomusi. In other news, Namutumba residents are also appealing for extension of safe water to the eastern region of Uganda for improved health. This was during an interface with Twaweza East Africa, Sauti za Wananchi, seeking citizens' opinions on good living. Details in this report.
Safe and clean water is a basic human right and a basic necessity, without which many lives are at a risk of disease outbreak and even death. Contagious diseases like diarrhea are responsible for loss of life of 33 children on a daily basis in developing countries including Uganda. Findings indicate that about 7 million Ugandans have no access to safe water and 28 million don't have improved sanitation facilities like toilets. According to a recent health survey by UNICEF, 3 out of 10 Ugandan households don't have pit latrines, 8% have no water readily available for washing hands, and 10% of these practice open defecation. Namutumba in eastern Uganda is deep in these statistics, with the residents sharing their limited water sources with their livestock.
Abana bagwamu ente dagwamu ayolo okubanga tuziraki maadi era tumalaga kozesa tulina naikontaitidi tumale kitundu kyaife kino kasita tuzira twekubirira endulu buli saawa ayo titufuna naikonta ntono eri mundala yonka.
Water we are having in our community, we have faced and we are still facing so many challenges whereby if the government don't come up to help, we shall lose more people. For example, the challenge with this open water here, someone can be bad-hearted and come, someone can put poison there, and many people can die. Parents always send kids here. You find a very baby, someone baby, but is coming to fetch water here, whereby that person or that kid can fall into water, ending up dying.
Bente bona baida baseneno kuba emodi zokuba mungi obuchafu twenda tuba tugemera kunti tulina obuzibu amuntu asobola kwida ku nsulongo eno yapa mawo okuba nti abo nanga tikimuyamba.
The chairperson Bugumba village in Namutumba district, Juma Isabirye, says residents from neighboring villages walk long distances to fetch water from a water source available.
Yebugumba apa yafwa alokuba nti baidi nti government edi tuna ensule eri gano tefuire yo kutuyamba kutwena ne tuyamba kuno etuwa bowa nga tulina obuzibu nti otuuka kuno ng'okwenda okusena amaadde nga ebyo mwebe ne kyalo nga abantu bavuire endu yenga nampirike naikonto yafwa kigulu naikonto yafwa Bugumba apa naikonto lusefwa.
Isabili appeals to government to provide them with more water sources.
Government to have to saba yani tugemeireko yatugaako ko nayi kontedegere ibiri obe kuba ekyalo kino kinene nekizere bugumba apa nekizere bugumba central nekizere bugumba B ayo twatwala ko sensulo ndala mbaire nsaba government etuyambe nga ku district batuwe ku nayi konto tweno waire ibiri oba isatu tufune ku omwiduzo gukendere.
The WASH, Water, Sanitation and Hygiene campaign aims at increasing access to safe drinking water, improve the sanitation and hygiene practices to bridge the safe water access and sanitation gap. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC News.
Government is considering a comprehensive review of the decentralization policy that sought to delegate authority by the top management to the middle and lower levels of management. Minister for Local Government, Raphael Majezi, says the move is part of an upcoming amendment of the Local Government Act. Majezi says that the amendment seeks to, among other things, strengthen the framework for the operationalization of new cities.
The substantive motion on the floor is for Terego district.
Districts have been created.
Right Honorable Moluno Soro here. On behalf of the people of our districts, I vote yes.
Municipalities have been annexed. Cities pronounced.
As I wait for Kasese Industrial and Mineral City, Madam Speaker, allow me to vote yes.
And other local government units established. There may have been disagreements in the process.
I vote no.
But this has been part of the many years of the decentralization policy, rolled out way back in 1997 under the Local Government Act of 1997. That has since undergone 4 amendments. The policy inherently decentralized service delivery institutions and their governance in order to improve access to services for the rural poor. 30 years later, it is about time to have this policy reviewed.
A policy which started in 1992 October. Really, it's time to see whether we are still on track, whether things we need to straighten and so on, and to tighten, including tightening, monitoring and evaluation of our performance as a local government.
Effective operationalization of the recently created cities from across various regions of the country is top among the amendments.
We have only been saying that cities are the equivalents of the district, but they also need their own structures. They need their statutory bodies like City Service Commission, City Land Boards and so on. So we are bringing them in the Local Government Act by amending that act.
Uganda is currently home to 135 districts, 10 cities, 1 capital city, and 31 municipalities. Others are 1,496 sub-counties, 25 city divisions, 89 municipal divisions, and 580 town councils.
Yes, we are in this process. We shall consult. We shall reach out to the local government associations and the local governments and the population so that in case you feel there's something to improve, to straighten in the Local Government Act, I've informed you, we are already in that process.
It is hoped that by the end of March 2023, the country will have a revised decentralization policy that will address inadequate local financial resources and over-reliance on conditional central government grants, inability to attract and retain sufficient trained and experienced staff, corruption, nepotism, and elite capture.
The framework for the operationalization of cities, good enough, we had already proposed a regulation. So we have brought it on board in the Local Government Act amendment, but even the other aspects, we shall do them. And then to make sure that PDM itself gets more strengthening in terms of the legal framework for local government.
Decentralization was rolled out as a democratic reform which sought to transfer political, administrative, financial and planning authority from center to local governments by promoting popular participation, empower local people to make their own decisions, and enhance accountability. Henry Okrut, UBC.
In another development, a 5-year intervention to check on the problem of malnutrition in Uganda has been launched. With funding from the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the project, codenamed Cascade, is set to be rolled out in 4 sub-regions of Uganda. Now, the program director, Care International Uganda, Michael Opio, says that it aims at boosting production and marketing of nutritious foods among women and the youth.
A 2019 UNICEF Uganda report indicates that more than 1/3 of all young children in Uganda are stunted, and that Karamoja sub-region remains one of the biggest contributors to this statistic.
23,000 children under 5 have severe acute malnutrition. 68,000 have moderate acute malnutrition.
Here, conflicts, harsh weather conditions and food security continue to be among the key drivers of the high levels of acute malnutrition.
There is food insecurity, particularly for nutrition crisis, poor post-harvest handling, land right issues.
These were disclosures made during the launch of a new project on nutrition. It is set to cover 14 districts in 4 sub-regions of Uganda.
We have the Toro sub-region. We have the Karamoja regional. We will be focusing more in Moronto district, Park district, Kochido and Kabong. And then we have the Acholi sub-region.
And it is focused on working with community members to make sure that they are both engaged but also benefiting from producing and marketing nutritious foods within the communities and across the region of Karamoja.
The project is also expected to bring on board a number of stakeholders and researchers.
One of our partners is Kiambogo University, and we will work with them specifically to build on the local varieties, nutritious foods that locally exist here, and see how can this be improved because they're already tolerant to the climate of this region.
Because of this multi-sectoral and multi-stakeholder collaborations, we know that we shall be able to reduce the burden of malnutrition, which is a challenge in this nation.
In the recent past, the nutrition component that was being implemented in Karamoja concluded. It was under the development initiative for northern Uganda. The Cascade project is expected to build on the interventions.
The main goal for Dino was to improve the livelihoods of the households, which includes income and food production. But nutrition specifically is not just food availability, but food which is diverse and food which is nutritious.
Malnutrition and stuntedness remain serious challenges that have not spared some parts of Uganda, calling for timely interventions.
Let's now take a short commercial break and be back with business news. Please do stay tuned.
Send transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN Mobile Money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Introducing the all-new
Roofing's TMX 500C rebars with cut and bend surfaces. Roofing's strength of a nation.
Hey!
Paying your bills the old way.
Let's go. Just need to buy some power.
Paying your bills with the My Airtel app.
Bro, there's a line.
You have the power in your pocket. The power to instantly pay your bills hassle-free. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
Oh, you're back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is no longer news that Ebola is with us. Please wash your hands with the soap every now and then. For the entire business community, ladies and gentlemen, let us lead by example. Let us sensitize our customers and let us be cautious. Avoid the handshaking, avoid the hugs, because it is dangerous for everyone.
If you, your loved ones, or anyone else in your community is experiencing any Ebola signs and symptoms, immediately inform the health officials in your area. You can also call 0800 100 066 or text 8500 for free to notify the health authorities. Together, we can beat Ebola. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from USAID, WHO, and UNICEF.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Yes, hello? This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Calling you from the mobile service center.
Okay. So how can I help you?
Well, we have noticed a few things wrong with your number and need your mobile money PIN.
Ton Ferrer, never give out your password or PIN to any caller. Your mobile service provider will never call or ask for your personal details. If in doubt, go to your nearest phone service center.
This message is powered by UCC, MTN, Airtel, Bank of Uganda, and NPSP Association.
Over the years, we've dreamed to get onto the world stage. We've had that dream crushed. We've witnessed a total defeat of what could have been our greatest moment. We've felt our spirits go up, only to take a hard fall. We've had our fires burn out and leave only scars. We've seized the wind and had it pulled from our grasp. We've seen pain and we've seen loss of the last fragments of hope. But we are made of resilience, and resilience never stops dreaming. So we will dream even bigger with the Cranes Cup Bowl 2026. Together, let's take Uganda to the next FIFA World Cup.
Together, let's take Uganda to the next FIFA World Cup. For every Now special you buy, we will give 50 shillings to the Uganda Cranes 2026 fund. You will also get the chance to choose how the Cranes Cup Bowl contributions are spent. Now special, official beer of the FIFA World Cup and official beer partner of the Uganda Cranes.
Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
The festive season is here and it's Christmas in 4G from Airtel. Get the most affordable 4G smartphone in Uganda, now heavily discounted from 250,000 shillings to 150,000 shillings only. Yes, 150,000 shillings only to keep you connected to your loved ones this holiday season.
Dial *175*94# to activate free 1 GB instantly and 100% double data on all weekly and monthly bundles for 3 months. Get one today while stock lasts from the nearest Airtel shop. Happy holidays this festive season with Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Now, in the world of business, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has been commended for initiating the Zonal Industrial Hub program aimed at skilling and curbing unemployment among the youth. Queen County Member of Parliament William Chemonges says the Industrial Hub program is one of the serious initiatives through which the NRM government is supporting the local people passionately. The MP made these remarks during the graduation ceremony of 216 students at Sebei Zonal Industrial Hub, in Kwen.
Jasang Emmanuel.
216 students at Sebei Zonal Industrial Hub situated at Nasak Village, Chepskunya Town Council in Kweni have completed a 6 months free training in different vocational disciplines.
So when we come here to celebrate such achievement, some people who have never gone through the life that these people have been going through will take it simple. But for us, I know how much money have been saved in the families of these people, and I know where their lives is going to be in the next year.
State House Controller Jen Baleche, who represented the President, advised the youth in Sebei sub-region to work hard and get their families out of poverty.
We should give you machines that can make you work, use your skills to make money. In this hub, we have what we call common user facility. We are going to equip it immediately next intake. We are going to put in all these machines that he was talking about. Honorable Member of Parliament, follow it up so that these young ones can use them to produce the products and sell.
The Directorate of Industrial Training, Patrick Biakatonda, said the certification graduates received is not just a certificate of attendancy, but a valuable qualification recognized nationally and globally.
We have trained you here, graduates, that you go and survive anywhere. Okay? Because we've taught you chaka mindset. We've told you that things can be bad, but you need to be here and be there. We've taught you everything. We've given the skills to learn. But more important, like when a child is growing, you need someone to nurture, to guide. So those people there in that tent, they are there to guide you. So make sure you know the contact of your RDC, chairman, CAO, commercial officer. Don't leave this place when you don't know their number.
The beneficiaries were selected from 4 administrative units of Buko District, Kweni District, Kapchora District and Kapchora Municipality. They were trained in different vocational skills such as carpentry, hairdressing, tailoring and welding.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
Soka numpa hemanga tona genda Kenya unta esuse kodia Amasoga miuse nenkala teli wane nyula Jonyambe umpe okuhema Cause I love you Hema Everybody know Oh Hema Maziganga gampomela.
The Ministry of Health reminds the public that Ebola is real and we must do whatever is required to prevent getting new cases. We therefore encourage everyone to remain vigilant and not to relax on Ebola. The symptoms of Ebola include sudden onset of fever, severe headache, muscle pain, weakness, sore throat, vomiting, bloody diarrhea, and in some cases, bleeding from the body openings. Please seek medical help from your nearest health center if you detect any Ebola symptoms. The sooner you start treatment, the higher your chances of survival. Please inform your nearest health center if you identify anyone with such symptoms. To prevent Ebola from spreading, follow the Ministry of Health and World Health Organization guidelines on Ebola. Wash your hands regularly with clean water and soap. Ensure safe and dignified burials of Ebola victims. Avoid handshaking and hugging. For more information on what you need to know and do concerning Ebola, please call toll-free 0800 100 066 or SMS 8500.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, and in partnership with the Interreligious Council of Uganda, Buganda Kingdom and Kampala Capital City Authority.
Welcome back. UBC News Tonight continues. In the world of sports, the State Minister for Sports, Peter Ogwang, has given the National High Altitude Training Center contractors a 45 days ultimatum to complete the first phase or else risk the consequences. This was during his visit to the center in Teriet, Kapchora district.
Newly appointed State Minister for Sports Peter Ogwang has, during his visit to the National High Altitude Training Center in Teriet, Kapchora district, learned that government has so far injected close to 23 billion shillings of the 27 billion into this presidential pledge of about 10 years ago. The minister applauds work so far but believes more needs to be done by the contractor Complant, which he has denied 90 days and instead gave a 45 days ultimatum to deliver the first phase of this project, earlier meant for 2019.
Come and open this project. We have been there, we have no reason anymore not to allow this project get open up and get finished. So 45 working days, remove weekends. So it's up to the contractor to work, to compensate. So you have Sunday to work, Monday, Saturday to work.
The first phase of this project has a hostel block, external kitchen, jogging track, athletics track, side roads, artificial and natural grass field, fencing, and road sites. Ogwanga toured the entire site and advised expedite work as several Uganda and foreign teams wait to utilize arguably the best altitude training center in the region. He also reiterated government commitment towards facilities and funds, but urged guidance and counseling to Uganda's athletes, especially the females, to ensure longevity in sport.
I'm happy we are talking about phase 2. Now that phase 1, we have some observations. And I know some of you don't want even to accept to correct those observations. But we have no option. We have to correct them. Yes, because I'm going to tell the minister, who is Mama, the First Lady, that there are the following defects I have found, and they must be corrected. Even when I bring them here, I'll bring them to show them these are the areas where defects were. So if you don't correct them, I'm going to bring them and say they refuse to correct them.
The National High Altitude Training Center is a President Museveni pledge after exploits by Stephen Kiprotich, who ran to marathon gold at the Olympics in 2012. Many others from Sebei region have followed Kiprotich's track and delivered glory to Uganda that can only be reciprocated by delivery of this center to further success in the country. John Barnes, Sentamo, UBC News.
Yes, and that brings us to the end of our News Tonight edition. Thank you for being a lovely audience with me, Wadulo Mark Anorld. Please do stay tuned to UBC Inspiring Uganda. We do have great content for you, inspiring, educating, and entertaining you every day of your life. So thank you very much and have yourselves a lovely week.